doing?
I'm very well. Look at me behind you. Look at us. Oh, you're right in the middle of them. It's very cool looking.
I'm just trying to break it up and just say, let's kumbaya for a moment. Let's just
Yeah.
stop all of this.
I agree with you.
But look, I have enjoyed watching the progression of Lori over the course of this franchise. And I really wanted to know, for you portraying this character, I wanted to know, like, what is the greatest lesson that portraying Lori has taught you?
Never give up. I mean, she's one of the great examples of fortitude, perseverance, integrity, courage, tenacity, all the words we use, everything we tell our kids, every message, we try to convey in the universe, because the universe is hard and harsh. It's just the nature of being human. It's harsh out there. And what we say is, don't give up. We listen to Peter Gabriel and Kate Bush sing, don't give up. Don't give up. It's gonna be okay. And I think Laurie Strode represents that as much as a film, an ongoing film character as ever has been in the history of cinema. And I get to be her. So for me, it's a profound win, and one I take great reverence and give great respect to.
I love that. I mean, also too, I like how at the beginning of this kind of trilogy, we see how, Lori wanted to really be on her own, kind of exclude herself from community. And now we're actually getting to explore kind of the effects of how community can turn your tragedy into something hateful. And I really wanted you to talk about being able to explore that with that character in this film.
Well, I think you're spot on. You should be a film critic or a professor. Because that's exactly what it's about. And, community is another word for the internet. Like the community, we're speaking about community in Haddonfield, but the internet is really just the great, the interconnectivity of the world as community. And we are seeing how poisonous how we turn on people through these portals, which we allow into our lives through these devices, and how divisive it is and painful. And even the Kanye thing this week really made me mad, because that's just called bullying. That's just called being a bully. There's no pretty way to say I wasn't a bully. That's bullying, that's targeting, that's hatred being poured into that beautiful woman's ability to tell her truth. And it just really riled me up, and it made me realize that's what this movie's about. As you said, the community turns on Laurie. Why would you turn on Laurie Strode? Laurie Strode was 17 years old. She was an innocent. And she didn't invite him. She wasn't, trolling for Michael on the internet going like, hey, she was just living her life, and he interrupted it. And interrupted it in a horrible, violent way. And I think you are spot on. I think that's what the last movie's about. And as much as it delivers what you want out of a horror film, which it does, it also says something about us as a society, which is what movies really should be doing, without it being dogmatic and forcing it down anybody's throat. It's a subtle message, it's an important message, and one I really support.
You got me mad all over again how they was treating Lori in a movie. You got me heated now.
But it's the virus of that level of violence and hatred. It's just a virus, and it seeps into everybody.
Well, look, I just want to thank you for just giving me the honor of speaking with you today. I appreciate you so much for taking time for your day. And I'm just saying nothing but love and light your way. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend.
Well, I will, because of you. Thank you. And thank you for your support.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Ooh.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm well. How are you? Your background is very, it's freaking me out a little bit.
I'm sorry, but I'm loving this fall vibe that you're giving me. I'm here for this. Yes.
Thank you.
You know, one of the things that I really do enjoy about this movie is about how they explore how the world reacts to tragedy, how the world could take something that's so, hurtful to someone and really turn it into hate almost. And I really love how we explore that with your character. And I want you to talk about actually being able to showcase how, being through things like this, like it's not necessarily about surviving, but it can also lead you down a dark path. Can you talk about how you tackled that exploration with your character in this film?
One of the things that made it incredibly fun, for lack of a better word, to explore is really the space that David Gordon Green created for us to explore this. It was incredibly safe and open, and we were able to really kind of, a big piece of it was figuring out what happened from the 2018 film to Halloween Ends and what happens in those 4 years, and why she is where she is now. And it's exactly what you said. I mean, a lot of the times, we see these traumatic and tragic things that happen every day, and a lot of the times people will almost take it on as their own, even if it didn't happen to them. And then all of a sudden, your pain and your trauma and what you've been through is now you're the one being told how you feel about it, and being told what happened, and hearing these different spins. And Lori, it's something that she had lived for 40 years before we met her in 2018. And now Allison definitely is sharing the brunt of that after the last four. And it was an incredibly interesting thing to explore because it's not seen very often in this type of film. And it was nice to be given a space to genuinely tap into where this person would be, and who she would be, and how she'd be trying to live and find happiness and meaning in her life, like all of us do, to try to just be happy. And it was really special to be able to do that and to kind of create that with these other actors and with our director.
But I like how, even though in the film it almost feels like the community kind of ostracizes our core characters, but it's that inner community that all of your characters have found, whether it's a group or it's another person that they can confide in who truly sees them for who they are. And I wanted to know for you, like, who's that community for you that just makes you feel seen and also makes you feel protected?
It's definitely my family, without a question. It's my family and my closest friends, but it's a small group. I mean, you can't expect a massive community of people, or even I would challenge someone to try to find 30 people that they felt really knew them deeply, deeply, deeply. And for me, it's my family and my closest friends, and I definitely would not be able to continue growing in a way without them.
I love that. Look, let me call my family when I get done doing this. Just loving them.
Call your mom.
I sure will, or she gonna call me. But I just want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to speak with me. Thank you for getting me into the fall spirit. Okay,
Of
and then
course.
I'm just sending nothing but love and light your way. I hope you have a great day.
Thank you so much. You as well.
Thank you. One of the I really love like this exploration of community and how people can take trauma that has happened to others and really turn it into a very negative thing. And I really want you to talk about the importance of including that in this film, because I don't know if we really have had time to see how the community really treats these characters and can really change their trajectories without even knowing it.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things, none of these movies are built around a message per se, but they all have a different approach towards grief, trauma, violence, these types of things. And so with this movie, we've looked at violence through the domestic situation and family. And this is a way that we can look at the community of Haddonfield and how that affects the individuals. And I think we can see that in our daily lives, from our homes, our schools, our churches, our towns, our world, the headlines that we live under, and how that negativity or that unity can affect us as individuals.
Now, I do have a question because I like that there's like another story within this core story that we've kind of been attached to, and I almost feel as though did you do that because it was easier to really see how outside actions can change a person for the worse?
Yeah, well, to be honest, Michael Myers is a very difficult villain to write for because he doesn't talk and he doesn't have any backstory and he doesn't have any motivation. And that's the beauty of him. That's what makes him scary, is this ambiguity. And so I didn't want to explore what created him, which you could do. But I wanted to explore what leads people to violence and what leads people to that interior trauma that they don't seem to recover from. And so it was inviting a new character into the town to give two perspectives, one to Lori and her intuition, and the other to Michael and his inspiration.
I really loved it. I wasn't expecting it. So when it happened, I was just like, okay, I like this. I like where we're going with it.
Nice.
But I mean, also too, I mean, working, on these films and really kind of bringing this trilogy to what may or may not be a close. What is one of the greatest things that working on this franchise has taught you as a director?
Well, it's taught me the value of collaborators. We've had the same production team on all three of these movies. Every department head returned. The PAs were the same. People, the production assistants that came to be supportive and do traffic lock-offs. We're familiar characters, so it became a family environment. So I feel like in our ambition in trying to honor the legacy of John Carpenter and his original film, we kind of created our own opportunity for legacy within our film family, and to be able to have a godmother like Jamie Lee Curtis there as our centerpiece, our inspiration, our muse, escorting us through these three films. To a bunch of film geeks like myself and my colleagues, it was just an inspiration to walk on the set every day. I think you just muted. There you go.
Can you hear me? I'm so
Yeah, there
sorry.
you
I
go.
just wanted to thank you so much for such a great film. I really love the exploration of the community in this. I'm just thanking you so much for taking time out of your day to speak with me. And I'm just sending nothing but love and light your way. I hope you have a great day.
Thank you so much. Great talking to you.
Thank you. Hi, how are you doing today?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. I like this blazer. Yeah.
Thank you.
Look, I really love that this film really explores how, society or those who don't know us can take our trauma or our tragedies that we face and turn it into something evil. And I wanted you to talk a little bit more about your character and just really pulling through this entire franchise and really learning how to not let what the world says about them bother them.
Well, to me, these characters are survivors. Obviously they've suffered PTSD, but they are survivors. And I think the reason that they stay in this small little town is because, they are afraid. They're afraid to leave their little bubble. And that's why they're all so close and have stuck together. I think that they're probably, feel like an outsider in their own little town, this bubble, because of what they have gone through. So, yeah, I think they probably do feel ostracized because it affects you and it changes you, how you treat people. And so, yeah, that's what I would say.
Also, too, I mean, playing this character and really seeing this character progress throughout the franchise to where we find her in this film, what have you learned from your character? Has there been something that you've taken away, like, like I need to incorporate this into my own life?
Well, yes, because I thought, if Lindsay can survive all of these years and still be like somewhat together, enough to be able to, support her friend and be there for her, I'm thinking, the things I go through in my life, I'm pretty tough too. I'd say Kyle's a pretty tough cookie, I have to say. But Lindsay is too. We can handle a lot.
You are a tough cookie. And look, I need a BFF just like you to help me get through the hard times, like your character. I mean, is there anyone for you that you really lean on that really just helps you like be strong and just really keep pushing? Because I love that relationship that your character has in the movie to all of the characters.
Well, I think in the movie, we lean on each other, the ones who understand what we've been through, which is why Lindsay and Lori are close. And I think Jamie and me in real life are close probably because, like she likes to say, we're survivors in Hollywood and survivors, and of Michael Myers. But for me, the people I lean on, are, my family and my close friends. They're my therapists. We do everything together. I'm a very open person, so if something's stressing me or bothering me, I have to share that with them, and they talk me through everything. So that's the only reason I can be here today.
I love that. Look, I just want to thank you so much. First, thank you for looking fabulous today. And
Oh,
thank you for
thank you.
taking time out of your day to speak with me. I'm just sending love and light your way, and I hope you have a great day.
That's so nice. Thank you so much. You too.
Thank you.
Take
Bye.
care.